Hello, my name is Raphael Wills. I'm a computer engineering student here at Florida International University, and I'm doing this project for an ethical hacking course I'm taking with Dr. Kalim. And we're going to be talking about WPA and WPA2, WEP cracking. Here's a quick overview of what we're going to be talking about. Hacker incentives, why would somebody want to hack into it, how is it done, defense, and then a quick demonstration. Alright, so why would a hacker want to intrude into your network space? Well, when somebody gets into your network, they can easily sniff the packets that your computer sends between you and the internet. So for example, those packets might contain information, if you're on an HTTP website, about passwords, login information, things like the information of what websites that you're visiting, things like that. Also, it's very easy for them to run software to scan your computer for open ports, open services, and that's very dangerous because they can actually take control of your computer if you have any of those things open. Session hijacking, basically what that is, they're going to steal your cookies. And with your cookies, they're going to be able to mimic your computer. So whatever website you're on, such as Facebook, Gmail, whatever, they'll be able to hijack your session and continue working as if they were you. A man-in-the-middle attack basically is how to get around HTTPS. They will be the HTTPS server. They'll intercept the packets coming in from your computer, modify them, read them, whatever, send them off back to the website. And like that, they can get around HTTPS. Well, the reason you don't use WPA is because it's super easy to crack. When you try to crack a WEP, you don't even have to use brute force. You don't have to go through a list of passwords. All you have to do is capture enough packets, and the packets themselves contain information about the passphrase key that you use. This means that after collecting enough packets, they'll be able to narrow down the passphrase, and the brute force will last like a minute. Even on the slowest computer, it's going to be cracked in 30 minutes. Here's a screenshot of them collecting the packets. And you see they're using backtrack 5. It's very simple to do, very fast. Once they found the key will be displayed here, and they're done. The network has been compromised at this point. Well, most people nowadays use WPA and WPA2, which allows for more complex encryption of data, and it's much more difficult to crack. Actually, the only way to crack this, well, usually the only way to crack it is to use brute force. Brute force means you'll have a dictionary file, and your computer will try each entry in that file one by one until the correct passphrase is found. But not only does it require a brute force attack, it also requires the capture of a handshake. Handshake is a packet of information sent between the computer and the router, and vice versa. Once you collect this handshake, then the brute force will commence. Usually you use programs like air dump, air replay, things like that to capture the handshake. It's widely used in many home computers nowadays. But remember, it's only as strong as the password that you choose for it. Because if you choose an easy password, it will be cracked in minutes, just like WP. Because usually dictionary files contain many common names, common words found in the dictionary. And if you have no numbers and nothing else to distinguish those names, it's very simple, very trivial to crack. Here we have a screenshot of somebody collecting the handshake, which is displayed up here, and saved to a file. Alright. Social engineering basically is a hacker's most famous and most powerful tool. Social engineering can get you anything you want while having to touch a computer. Whether it's passwords, information about networks, etc. That's why it's very important for people not to respond to fishy looking emails, to strange messages, and maybe be very careful when you click links, because people can spoof DNS servers and send you to websites that you don't want to be at. And the reason why it's important in brute force attacking is because there's actual programs which will generate a dictionary file based on somebody's name, based on somebody's pet name, based on things that you can gather from social engineering. So never give passwords or information to anyone. But it doesn't matter that you can crack WPA2. Right now, I think it's the best form of encryption for home network. As long as you choose a correct password and keep all your password information secret. Never connect to an open network because of the things we discussed earlier, such as session hijacking, etc. And definitely never make purchases on somebody else's network, because you don't know if that network has been compromised. You don't know who's on the network. It's very easy to capture the packets, capture the data that's being transferred over the network, and do malicious things with the information. So the tools I'm going to be using in demonstration, Blackjack 5, and these common pre-installed cracking tools. Alright, so we booted up Backtrack 5, got my little terminal window open here, and we're going to begin to crack a WPA2 router that's in the area somewhere. That's mine, allegedly. Alright. First thing we're going to do is put our Wi-Fi card into monitor mode. WLAN 0 is my wireless interface. Alright, so my monitoring mode has been enabled on Mon 0, so now Mon 0 is my monitor interface. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to power down Mon 0, and then let's change our MAC address. Alright, it's been brought down. Now we're going to change our MAC address. You can see our current MAC address and our fake MAC address. The reason why I'm doing this is so you can see that I'm not connected to a network in which I'm going to try to hack. Because if I was connected, it'd be much easier to acquire the handshake. Well, now I got to bring the monitor interface back up. Alright. Next, what we're going to do, start collecting packets. With arrow dump. Just let it run for a couple seconds. Alright, should be good enough. The network that I'm worried about is this one, FAU Secure. So now we got it. We're going to copy the BSS ID here. And we're going to specify arrow dump to collect packets and write to a file. Let's specify a channel here, which is channel 11. We're going to write to a file, let's name it FIU secure dump. And we're going to specify the BSS ID, which we copy and paste it here. File type is going to be IVS, and it's going to be in the Mon 0 interface. Alright. Alright, we need traffic in this area in order to be able to capture the handshake. So now we're gonna de-authenticate the users and attempt to capture the handshake when they try to re-authenticate. Right? You can see back here we captured the handshake. So now that we have the handshake, we're going to begin to crack the password. Alright, so the next thing we're going to need is the dictionary file. Backtrack actually already comes with a dictionary file. Not the best, but we're just going to use it here just for a simple demonstration. Backdoors. This file is actually a good start if you want to add to it. There's generators online if you know information about people or names, things, you can add. It'll generate a bunch of different combinations of the name, you can add it to that file. It's a good help. Alright, so now let's start the crack. Well, first let me check the dictionary. Alright, you can see our file that contains the WPA handshake here. So we're going to need that when we specify the crack program. I was asking us for a dictionary file location, and we're going to specify the file on the desktop. Remember that Linux is case sensitive. Right, so now let's wait a little bit, and we'll continue this when it finds the key. Alright, so what do you know? After 12 minutes of searching and 183,000 keys, it found it. Here's the passcode. That's it. So basically, you can tell that by brute force, the strength of the passwords are and how long it is, how many possible combinations can you make with the length, because it's unrealistic to test a billion keys with a single computer. Alright guys, so I showed you how to brute force a WPA2 password. And another thing I did, which I did some research on the AT&T routers that a lot of people are using nowadays. And what they have is their passcodes are all 10-digit base 10 number. And I wrote this quick code in C to generate all the possible passwords and write it to a file. The output looks like this. And you can see like the downfall of brute force. It will take me something like 100 hours to go through all these passphrases. But one thing you can do is distribute the workload amongst many computers, and you can actually, with this, you can actually crack 100% success rate any AT&T router that has default password. So I thought that was pretty interesting. All right.